Look, if you're a teen that you feel like you don't fit in, you don't really subscribe to the life that the world is selling you you go to high school, you go to college, you get a great education, and you get a great job. If that's not something you want, and you're not getting the support at home to align with you being able to achieve your dreams, you have this dream, this real goal actually of becoming rich, but you don't know how to make it happen. It's more than just a dream for you. It's a definite drive. You think about it all the time, but everybody around you says it's just a pipe dream. Well, look, you're not too young to make it happen. You can become rich as a teen, defined by you of what that is. And I believe that you can do it because I was fortunate enough by the time I was 18 to be able to build a business that made me well over $25,000 that set me a foundation to build my wealth into my adulthood. And I'm going to show you right now how I did it in a world without the tools that you have today at your disposal and the internet of things that you have. And I'm also going to show you how I would do it if I was in your shoes today. Look, the reality of it is that many people that we talk about today as being some of the wealthiest people in America began their fortunes, began building the wealth they have today when they were teenagers. A lot of it has to do with the mindset that you have right now that brought you to this video, the fact that you think about being wealthy, the fact that you dream and you realize deep down that it's more than a dream. It's something you truly desire and you're willing to put in the work to get to. And we're going to talk about the work and the mindset it takes to understand the work here in a minute. But understand that people like Warren Buffett started their journey when they were teenagers. I started my journey when I was a teenager. And I learned about people like Warren Buffett, read about them, and understood, and they helped me believe. Look, Warren Buffett, he had a father that instilled in him the want to go out and earn his own money. But he also had a drive and ambition. He knew from a very early age that he wanted to be wealthy. He wanted to become an investor. He spent his days at the public library reading books that he could find and reading books in his father's study based around stock investing and making money in the stock market. There's stories of him buying Coca-Cola bottles from the grocery store at a wholesale price, and going down to a construction or some place where people wanted cold drinks and selling them. He might have bought them for 10 cents. He sold them for 25 cents a bottle, making a profit there and putting that away. That little bit, especially when you're young and you don't have bills, adds up. And that little bit becomes the foundation. Eventually, Warren Buffett, while he was still in high school, buy land as a young high school kid. At that point, you're not a kid anymore because, in my opinion, the maturity level is not an age thing. It's a mindset maturity thing. Warren Buffett started something that carried him through and allowed him to build and compound faster than most people because he got an early start. You have that dream and you can use that as your advantage. Look, I started when I was young. I was very fortunate to go with my father when I was 11 to a stock market seminar. And I didn't get involved in the stock market right away, but what that seminar did was opened my mind to the ability that I could earn crazy amounts of money. That I didn't have to trade hours for dollars the rest of my life, and I could be wealthy by reading books, by understanding the mindset. It just changed my world, and it allowed me to start dreaming bigger and bigger than I ever had before. So I decided to start mowing grass, and it started out with my grandparents, and I did above and beyond the norm, and that money wasn't enough to do anything with, but it led me to more people. Their neighbor asked me to do their lawn, and then that neighbor asked me to do the lawn, and then before you know it, in that little subdivision they lived in, I had 20 or 30 yards where I could walk from yard to yard to yard and mow them all in one day and bring home $300, $400, $500 a weekend that I would stash away. 100% of it went to savings at the time. Because not only can you do it, But you can easily hire your friends who, quite frankly, don't want to work the other jobs either. They'd rather work for you and get paid a decent salary that's under the table, so you can pay them, $8, $9, $10 an hour, maybe 12 at today's rates. Get some good quality people to work for you. Double your work effort, and you still make profit off the top. So labor business is a great way to go. Not only do you have the opportunity to do lawn care, but just in your neighborhood alone, think how many people need help with managing their over-junked attic or storage building, or they need help cleaning their car or cleaning their windows or keeping their yard clean. You can go around and just start doing small gigs like that eventually leads to a business or just leads to a bunch of cash flow to begin to build an asset for you, right? And that's where we want to go to. The next opportunity, I believe, is if you like entertainment, if you like making content, if you like playing video games. Look, YouTube is a great source of not only outlet for your creativity, but to build a real business that you can start as a teen and it'll take you through, and you can actually scale it into your adult life. It's something that will last. It'll last a lot longer, I believe, than your labor business. But there are some downsides to it, right? You don't get paid on the table. It takes longer to build. But if you love entertainment, you can easily find you a niche where you make content with you or your friends that completely relate to something you would do anyway. But you can make money with that content. And because people love seeing young people succeed, you've got that angle that you can really work hard. Now, we're going to talk about money management. But first we need to talk about the mindset to be able to take the money you're making, turn it into something that works for you, and set yourself up to begin building success in your life. Not everybody is fortunate to have a family like a Warren Buffett who supports their dreams, their goals, and teaches them about money and how you think about it up here. And if you don't, I got some books for you. Look. Success is not an accident. The Richest Man in Babylon. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Magic of Thinking Big. And The Slight Edge Mentality by Jeff Olson. All these are books that literally changed my life. And whether my parents supported me or not, these books were my support. And they helped me change this so that I didn't just make a little bit of money when I was young. I was able to leverage that money. And if I didn't do some stupid things that I did that I'll talk about in another video, I would have been really, really well set for life. So read those books, get your mindset right. Mindset is key, it's important, because you get the work going, you get the money coming in, you have the right mindset, then all you have to do is get the money management in place. Now the money management, this is probably the most important, if not the only thing that you should really focus on when you're young. I don't care what you do to make money. Maybe you really do want to work for somebody else, okay? And that is okay. The money management piece of it, though, is so key. No matter what dollar figure comes in, when you're young, you don't need money to live off of. You only need money to have fun with. So if you build up a massive foundation, it will pay off in the long run. I suggest that you do like I did when I was young, and I saved 100% of everything I made. Now, eventually what happened is I spent some of it, so here's the breakdown of what I think you should do. You should open you up some kind of savings account, preferably at a credit union, because they have the best interest right now as I'm filming this video. If your parent is a state employee, there's credit unions all across this great nation. They will open you up a starter savings. Every time you make money, you go once a week and make a deposit. 100% of it goes in. And you keep 90% of it in there. You pull 10% out to have fun with, guys. Reward yourself. Take somebody out on a date. Go have fun with your friends. It's important that you show both your body and your mind that when you work hard, you get to play hard. And when you work smart, the rewards come in a very, very positive format. Okay, now, out of the 90% that's left, I suggest 50 to 60% of that get invested in the stock market. You can invest in real estate, you can invest in your own business, but the 50 to 60% of that 90% needs to go, I believe, into the stock market because it's the easiest way for a teen to begin to build wealth. We'll talk about how you buy stocks later in this series, but investing in the stock market, finding good quality companies to buy, the compounding of that wealth over time when you're doing it at 16, 17, even 12 years old, you get a head start on everybody and they'll never be able to catch up, quite frankly. It's the power of compounding is on your side. That's why you should utilize the stock market. That's what I did. Now don't spend that money once you make it. Keep reinvesting it. But now you've got 50 to 60 going to stocks, which gives you roughly about 30 to 40% left, right? I suggest you put that back into your business. I suggest you find a way to grow your business, buy equipment, do marketing, build you a YouTube channel no matter what kind of thing you're going into. Because today's times, you can leverage the internet, you can leverage advertising, you can leverage the fact that you're a young person and get a lot of free advertising that you can then use money to compound upon, okay? Make sure you keep some of that capital to invest in your business. So again, 90% saved, 10% reward. Out of that 90, 50 to 60, invest in the stock market. Get your parents to open you up a brokerage account that they're the custodian of, and you learn how to purchase stocks wisely. Then the 30 to 40% that's left, you make sure that you invest it back into yourself, into your business, into buying growth for yourself in the books, and continue the cycle. I cannot stress the point enough that if you're a teenager and you have the goal to be rich, you can accomplish it. You can set the foundations up in your young adult life to become wealthy later on. And the compounding effect of your efforts now will put you so far above your peers and will get you to a point where quite possibly by the time you're 25 and getting out of college, if you go to college, you won't ever need to work for another person in your life. Now, how does that sound? That's what happens when you use your teenage years pragmatically and still have fun, but use your time wisely rather than throwing it away and throwing it to the wind. If you found this content helpful, look, subscribe, share it with somebody. You can share and they can benefit too. Hit that like button and turn on the notification bell because there's more coming where this has been put. The series that we're going to do on being rich as a teen is vast. We're going to talk about investing. We're going to talk about all the things that I wish I would have done differently. And you're going to get to learn from my mistakes, which is, I think, the biggest payout, just learning from somebody who's been in your shoes.